Beloit, Wisconsin.
Wonderful.
Just
Announce where you're from. Welcome to the call.
Thank you.
This is Ken.
What'd you make?
This is Carlos from North Bryan, Arkansas.
This is Mitch from beautiful Northwest Arkansas, USA.
Arkansas.
Elizabeth from
welcome.
Springtown, Texas.
Jim Wallace.
Ray from Washington State.
Winston Steven from Conyers, Georgia.
Lexi Steve.
UK from Houston, Texas.
Conyers, Georgia.
Put them on.
Welcome, everyone. Let us know where you're dialing in from.
Here in Alberta, Canada. Florida.
Wonderful. Wonderful meeting you. Announce yourself, your name, and where you're calling in from.
Tim, North Carolina.
Thomas, Anacortes, Washington.
Kansas City, Missouri.
Minnesota.
Oklahoma.
Welcome. Oklahoma.
Rogers.
Welcome. Last call.
Texas.
Welcome, everyone.
Sam Brooks, Minnesota.
Alexa, stop.
Jeff Flanagan from Bangor, Maine.
Shirley Perkins from Oakland,
Jason
California.
Meisner, Cape Coral, Florida. Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
So,
Welcome, everyone. Oh, my gosh. I heard people calling in from all over the world, and I want to welcome each one of you. We do these calls every Monday and Thursday night at 7:30 Central. And I'm taking a guess that you're on this call because someone cares about you, and they know that right now you're feeling the effects of inflation, because we all are. We feel it every time we go to the grocery store. We feel it every time we take a vacation. We feel it every time we put gas in our gas tank. And any financial guru will tell you that to get ahead in financially difficult times, such as what we're in right now, you either need to A, save more money on your expenses, B, make more money than you're making right now, or C, you can do both. My name is Debbie Morton, and I have the pleasure to be your host today and introduce you to an incredible lineup of individuals that are going to share some valuable information so that you can make an informed decision whether you want to save money, make money, or both. So first, I'm going to quickly share my story. I received a call, I think it was late August, maybe first part of September, from a friend and a mentor of mine. And this call came in just a few months after my husband had unexpectedly passed away. And I'm not going to lie, it was a confusing time in my life. My head was in a fog. I was trying to sort out my finances and trying to figure out what the next chapter of my life would even look like. And at the time, I was partnered with another direct sales company, and I will say I am very grateful that I was, because it meant I didn't have to take time off from work to sort out my affairs. I still had residual income coming in, even though I wasn't able to spend as much time in my business that I normally did. So that said, the company that I was with at the time was a little bit of a train wreck, and I honestly didn't know if they were going to survive, but I also didn't have the bandwidth at that time to go looking for anything else. And that's when my friend called me. He said, Debbie, there's something I think you need to take a look at, and it's going to change your life. And I'm like, well, what is it? He said, it's a little pill you put in your gas tank and you get better gas mileage. And I'm thinking, you're kidding me, right? And he said, Debbie, I know that right now you're looking for simple, and it honestly doesn't get any more simple than a $2 pill that pays for itself with everyone who uses gas or diesel, and a business model that's better than anything I've ever seen before. He didn't have to tell me anymore. I joined. I trusted him. I joined. Not only did I see a 6 mile per gallon increase, I was also able to quickly replace the income that I was making in my previous company, which I have now resigned from. And that brings me to the next chapter of my life that I'm super excited about. It's a little unconventional. In 2 months from now, I'm going to be selling, actually right now I'm in the process of it. I will have sold everything I own. And I'm going to be living a nomad lifestyle out of resorts around the world. I have banked a lot of timeshare resort points. I do not recommend them, but I am blessed to have them at this time. So I'm going to live out of those timeshares around the world. And I can't tell you how grateful I am that this little pill works, because I'll be saving hundreds of dollars on gas as I drive from resort to resort around the country. And because of the simple and generous business model that you're going to hear about tonight, I'm also able to build a business that's building residual income, and I can work from anywhere in the world. And if that weren't enough, oh wait, there's more. Little did I know back in September when I joined MPG Extreme that they were going to be introducing some other products that now with this new lifestyle that I'll be living is going to save me a whack ton of money. And I so badly want to be the one to share it all with you. However, I'm not going to steal the thunder of our next speaker. So with that, it is my pleasure to introduce you to Andrew Burling. He and his wife, Nancy, acquired the rights to MPG gas caps, and I am so incredibly grateful to them, and I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity that they've brought us all. Andrew, are you there?
I am here, Debbie, and thank you so much for that great introduction. I just want to say congratulations to your success, because what you didn't tell everybody is that you're a brand new emerald in the company on your way to diamond, and it just speaks volume about your character, Debbie. I love it. You're not a self-promoter. You're humble. So thank you so much for that kind introduction. And yeah, guys, gals, we're excited. That's why there's so many beeps on this call here. As Debbie said, when we put this together, we wanted something that was simple. And the reason is because simple sells. And I tell people, stay away from being a salesman and be more of a consultant. I mean, at least act like you know what you're talking about, because everybody likes to buy, but nobody likes to be sold. That's why when you walk in a clothing store, when people say, "Can I help you?" you tell them, "No, I'm just looking." It's the same way with our business. And we have a lot of people on the line here looking tonight. So I want to say welcome. Welcome. You've discovered MPG Extreme, a company that is 8 months old, a company that did a pre-launch on August 1st with our premium X caps. That's the product Debbie's talking about, saving money on fuel with. But our cap does so much more than that. Our cap will help reduce toxic emissions. It'll inhibit carbon deposits in your engine. It'll increase power and performance. It'll keep your injectors clean. But the number one reason people buy it is, it helps to improve fuel economy. And the questions we ask people, they're very basic, no-brainer questions regarding our caps and the market. Everyone uses gas. It's a non-opinion product unless you have an electric vehicle. But everybody who drives is using gasoline or diesel fuel. So with that big of a market, the next question becomes, is there anyone anywhere on planet Earth who would be interested in saving money on their fuel expenses? And it's almost the same answer as the first, everybody. And then finally, the third question, if given the choice of saving money or making money, what would you prefer? Again, most people say both. It's because we're not in the best economy right now, but here's the good news. Our industry, our business is recession-proof. So we've made it through tough times like this before. Nancy and I, we've been in the networking industry for well over 25 years on a full-time basis. This is all we do. And we get the market we're in right now. That's why when we launched MPG Extreme, we launched with something that was affordable. Because when the money gets tight, you have decisions to make about where you're going to spend your money. And I know there's people on this call tonight that have to make a decision between spending money on gasoline or groceries. I am talking to you. if you're that person, I would highly recommend listening to this entire call here tonight, because we put something together here that's affordable. And when I say affordable, I mean as a retail customer, you can try a 5-tank trial of a product for $20. That's the price of a pizza. One cap will treat 11 to 20 gallons of gas or diesel. If you're on here and you're driving a truck, we also have a trucker's product. It's our MPG Crumb product. We launched that October 15th. We launched that product during pre-launch. So we not only launched a company and pre-launched a company with commissions being paid and products being shipped, but we even introduced new products during our pre-launch. We launched the company officially on October 30th at our launch event. And then about 3 months later, we held our second corporate event, which was our Barn Bash event, the Go Diamond event in Wichita, Kansas. And at that meeting, we introduced our SlimCore Java and our Extreme Travel AI products. Pretty exciting. Our third event is in Colorado Springs, June 16th through the 18th. That's our Catalyst event. And I highly recommend getting yourself a ticket for that event, because they're going fast. What I'm trying to say here is that our company is moving. People are enrolling. Products, millions of caps are being put into fuel tanks, and it's because of those three questions. Everybody, and both. And don't kid yourself. I mean, your resume in network marketing, if you've been doing this for a while, it probably looks like ours. It's a series of peaks and valleys. Some products sell better than others. I've just learned that the less I have to explain to people, the easier it is to sell that product. And I just let that pill, once it gets into the gas tank, go to work and work its magic. And here's why the interest level is there. In the U.S., gas is $3.47 a gallon. Diesel is $4.24. That's just here in the United States. In Canada, it's a little higher, $4.76 for gas, $4.73 for diesel. In South Africa, a country we're just opening up in, $4.72 for gas, $4.94 for diesel. In Mexico, a country that's coming soon, that's on our drop-down now, $4.89 for gas, $4.80 for diesel fuel. And in the Philippines, another country on our drop-down we're excited about, $4.46 for gas, $4.17 for diesel fuel. And that's pretty crazy, but here's what's even crazier. If you live in California, your average price of fuel today is $4.88 a gallon. And if you're filling up your truck and you live in California and you take diesel fuel, you're paying $5.56 for a gallon of diesel fuel today in California. And my source for this information is AAA.com and globalpetrolprices.com. And here's what I can tell you. The price of fuel is exploding all over the world right now. It's probably the most timely market you've ever seen. I think we're all sick and tired about hearing about our health. I think we've heard about our health for long enough. It's been 3 years with everybody lecturing us on our health. We just want to get our lives back, get back to making money and moving again. And that's why I'm so excited about network marketing and about MPG Extreme, because the fastest way to move a product or service is with network marketing. So here's what I can tell you about our X caps. We got a 35-year track record with the caps. Nobody on this call and nobody in our company is some guinea pig in some science experiment to see if our product works. Our products absolutely work. There's test data you can download in our back office, and with the 35-year track record and hundreds of millions of dollars of these caps sold around the world, you can rest well knowing that no one's going to get hurt, and that's important to me. We're also EPA registered. Part of that EPA registration process can be grueling. Some companies can't ever get there because of what's in their caps, but our caps are made right here in the USA, and I'm very proud to say that we carry a full insurance policy of up to $1 million on every car or truck that uses our product, and that is a global insurance policy. So it all comes down to a couple simple questions. Does the product work? The answer is yes. You're going to hear from some people talking about that tonight. And the second question then becomes, can I make money doing this? Is it going to be worth my time to go out there and share this with people? And again, the answer is absolutely yes. As a matter of fact, I've found this to be one of the easiest opportunities and one of the easiest products to talk to people about. The walls come down. The price of gas goes up, the price of gas goes down, but the conversation keeps moving, and people are just sick and tired of high fuel prices. So we have a high potential here, but there's no guarantees of income. There's no guarantees in life. It's all based on your own efforts. It's all based on the numbers that you put up on the scoreboard, not what you say you're going to do, but what you do. It's also very low risk. And the reason our company is a low-risk opportunity is because of our backing. A 20-year-old company in Maple Grove, Minnesota, 18,000 square feet of manufacturing space, live customer service, and our CEOs, Randy and Kathy Tyner, that understand this game. They've been in this game for 2 decades, and they know what makes it tick. We also have something here that's highly retailable. And before I flip it to Nancy, she's our next speaker, I just want to tell you this. Our products are highly retailable. Our MPG XCAP 5-tank trial, we tell people to try the 5. It's $20. It's the price of a pizza. And our product doesn't sit on the shelf. It doesn't sit in cupboards. And it doesn't sit in garages where we have to give it away to people to get rid of it. Our product is high in demand, highly consumable, and the bottom line is this. If you use it, it'll put money back into your pocket, and it's probably the only product I've seen in this industry that'll put money back in your pocket. So with that being said, what I'd like to do is turn the call over to my wife, Nancy. She's going to tell us how we get paid. She helped write this comp plan. She helped program it. She knows it inside and out and backwards. So with that said, hon, take it away.
Well, thanks so much, Andrew. Great job to everybody here tonight. I want to welcome all the guests because this call is for you. And it's exciting when you look at the timing and what we offer here with MPG Extreme. Andrew mentioned the 5-tank trial, and that really has been the foundation of our business. Literally, for the cost of a pizza, a person can try our products and experience it. And it doesn't necessarily take 5 tanks to see a difference, but we do know that with all the research and data, to get your max result on your particular vehicle, it can take up to 5 tanks. Now, here's how you can get started here with MPG Extreme. $29.95 is the cost of your replicated website managing back office. That's an annual fee. In addition to that, we have a couple different product offerings. We have what we call our Silver 60 pack at $199.95. In that package, you get 25 tank trials. Now, that we've had many people that literally have taken that product, sold it, ordered more, and so they've not only put their initial $200 back in their pocket, but they've made a $200 retail profit. We have a highly, highly retailable product. We also have something called the Gold 90 package, a combo pack, and we've got a couple offerings there. One has a little bit of everything. It has the caps and some of the other things here that you heard mentioned. Now, how we get paid additionally is Fast Start. So every time you make a sale and somebody joins, you earn a Fast Start of either $40 or $60. We also have an incredible customer program where literally somebody can sign up as a preferred customer, and every time they order, you not only make a customer bonus, but it also pays in other ways. So the main way we make money is what we call team commissions. And here in MPG Extreme, we have a 2-team system. We've got a left team and a right team. To qualify, pretty simple. Make 2 sales. Put one on your left, one on your right, become a bronze. And as a bronze in MPG, what happens is when there's 100 points left and right. So what does that mean, 100 CV? Well, it could be somebody ordering. It can be customer volume. It could also be somebody that buys a silver 60 pack. That'll put 100 points left and right. And when that happens, you earn a $20 cycle bonus. And in our plan, as you climb in rank, you can earn upwards of $30,000 per week in team commissions. We also have something called Executive Check Match, and this is where it gets exciting because what happens is this plan rewards you by helping your team create success. And so with the Executive Check Match, once you're a silver, now if you participate and you join with that silver 60 pack, we give you 60 days. You'll pick up Check Match from day one, giving you time to earn the rank of silver, but you'll earn a 20% check match. So let's just say that you sponsored Andrew, and Andrew earned $1,000 this week. You would earn a 20% check match. So what does that mean? That would be 20% of his $1,000 would be $200. And so everybody you personally enroll is considered level 1. And this executive check match pays through 7 levels within our compensation plan. And then as a gold, you pick up 2 levels. So we have that gold 90 package, which gives you 90 days to be able to hit the rank of gold. And let's say that Andrew sponsored Debbie, and let's say Debbie made $2,000 this week, okay? Because Andrew's going to get the 20, you're going to get 20 as well as a gold. And so you do the math on that. I mean, that's an additional bonuses here that we have $400 that you would earn on just check match from Debbie. So listen, there's no guarantees of income, there's no guarantees in life, but what I can tell you is there's also no limit to what you can achieve here with MPG Extreme. It's all based on your own individual efforts and what you put into it. But we believe documentation beats conversation. So what I'd like to do is turn the rest of the time over to a very good friend of ours. He lives right up the road from us here. He's a double diamond with MPG Extreme. So Jim Denzine, take it away.
Thank you, Nancy. Can you hear me all right?
I sure can.
Awesome. Well, great job so far, Debbie, Andrew, Nancy. For those of you that are guests, you want to hang on tight. We're going to cover some, got a couple of guys here to give some quick testimonials, as Nancy said, to document what's going on here. And then I'm going to share some thoughts that I think will help you process kind of what you heard here this evening. So my first gentleman that I'm going to go to is way south of me, about 18 hours in Dallas, Texas. Brian Holmes, are you unmuted?
Yep, I am. Can you hear me okay?
There you go, brother. You
Awesome.
had me nervous there for a second. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead and tell us what's going on in Texas for you with MPG.
Hey, thanks, Jim. I appreciate it. Listen, I share this with everybody. I tell you what, this really, really changed my life over the last couple of months. My wife and I were introduced to MPG Extreme back in, back in October of last year. And right away, I said, I want to know if this product works. I want to know, does it actually do what they say it does? Obviously, I'd heard the great history. I'd seen some of the documentation, but I wanted to know for me. So I drive a 2019 Subaru Outback. On my very first tank with the caps, I experienced 4.2 miles per gallon increase on a relatively new vehicle. My wife drives an Acura MDX, and her car, of course, requires premium unleaded, so I was really excited to have her try it. And she has been able now to use regular unleaded fuel because this incredible cap increases the octane level, so she's saving $12, $15, sometimes $18, depending on the price of fuel at the pump, not to mention an increase in her gas mileage as well. So we have been nothing but pleased with the product. On the other side of the equation, I want to share this with you, and that is that I've traveled the world. I've had the privilege of being in the people business for a very long time. I've been to 18 countries. I've done a lot of public speaking. I've worked with so many organizations. And I'm 56 years old, and in all of my years of working and speaking and traveling, I have not met a group of people or a community or a company that has so much integrity, so much character, so much community And I've been so impressed with what is happening here. And so I'm saying that to say this. I believe with all my heart that some of you listening to this call have been praying and asking God, listen, you got to send something my way. Send me a lifeline here. I need a few $100 extra a month. I need a few $1,000 extra a month. I need a way to plug back into my dreams, back into my hope, and those sorts of things. And I'm just going to tell you right now, I have watched over the last 6 months as so many people that I've come in contact with have plugged in here, have gotten around the campfire, so to speak, and really have seen a massive difference in their life. I want to encourage you to do that. If you're really open and you're really looking, I believe you have to look no further than MPG Extreme. So I'm just super pumped to be a part of this. Great leadership, great team of support here, and we're just glad to have you hopefully be joining us. So, Jim, back to you, brother.
Brian, thanks. That's a great representation testimonial, so I really appreciate you chiming in here. We're going to go from Texas to the east. We're going to go to the state of Mississippi. Todd Skelton, are you there?
I am here.
Todd, I can't think of a better gentleman to really, folks, this guy burns a ton of fuel. He knows engines. He's got a racing background, but I asked him tonight to talk specifically about some of his gas guzzlers. So, Todd, why don't you share with everybody on the call what you got going on with MPG?
I'll be glad to. I appreciate you for asking me to jump on. Guys, like he said, my name's Todd Skelton, and my background is transportation. Had a trucking company for 19 years. And now I'm still in the trucking business. I actually haul fuel now to quite a few stores, gas and diesel. And I'll tell you, when I got the call for this about MPG, it just made too much sense for me, because all day long I hear the people that complain to me while I'm dropping fuel at the stores. They're steady complaining. Is it price still going to keep going up? Is it still going to keep going up? We're paying too much. So everybody is needing to cut their expenses. So, I said, heck, if it'll work for me, it'll work for anybody. So I tested it in quite a few vehicles, but I do want to touch on a couple of main ones. The first one that I tested in was my new 2022 Chevrolet pickup. It's got the big 6.2 engine, but Chevrolet sent it off the dealership and had it really modified. The truck's fully customized, 6-inch lift kit, 37-inch tires. It's a gas haul. The thing got 10 miles to the gallon, brand spanking new. And so that's what I tried it in first. And by the fourth or fifth tank full of using the MPG X-Caps, I was up to 18 miles to the gallon. And I'll tell you, that was huge for me. Now, I will be honest with you, my other vehicles have not got quite that big of an increase. They're averaging around 4 to 4.5. But I'll take that 18 any day of the week for that gas haul. But now here's one that's the closest to me, being from the transportation industry, is semi-trucks. People don't realize the biggest cost in trucking this day and time is fuel. That's the big thing. I mean, we're spending, the truck, it costs literally over $1,000 to fill the average semi-truck up each time you fill it up. And, if some of these drivers running hard across country, they do that every single day and at least every day and a half. So you can imagine what's happening to them with this, more this fuel goes up. So started trying it in semi-trucks, called some of my friends that own semi-trucks, got them to trying it. And I'm telling you, 1.5 miles to the gallon is what I saw. And some of my other friends was actually getting up to 2 miles to the gallon. Some, it don't sound like a whole lot. Some of them, they're just getting 3/4 of a mile to the gallon. Well, people says, well, that ain't that much. Well, I'll tell you right quick, that can add up to hundreds and hundreds of dollars a week back in their pocket. I'm talking $500 to $600 on just 3/4 of a mile to the gallon increase. A lot of these trucks, the ones that's getting 1.5 miles to the gallon, I got a friend that's 1.5 miles a gallon in his truck. He said he has literally cut 1 fill up a week out of his budget right now. So, you take that is $900 to $1,000, sometimes $1,100, depending on what part of the country he's in. Every week he's saving. That comes out $4,000 a week. And this basically, if you want to figure it in, and I'm a numbers guy, so I've done the pencil to the paper at what the gas and the diesel cost here in Mississippi. You're looking at around 9 to a little over 10 cents a gallon to treat it. So that is an unreal trade-off. So it's been huge, and the people that understand that, they're jumping on board and enjoying reaping the benefits of it. So I tell everybody, do your diligent research, listen to some of these people, get your questions answered, because like I told you earlier, if it works for me, it'll work for anybody. But with that being said, Jim, I'm gonna kick it back to you, buddy.
Thanks, Todd. So everybody, you hear these testimonials, you listen to Nancy explain that there's obviously you can touch money quick. You listen to Andrew talk about the background of the company and the product. And so now you get to a point where you're like, okay, what does this mean for me? Well, I don't know. I guess I'll share some thoughts that I jotted down on paper here, because I do enough of these calls where you get to a point where they can start to sound the same. But what I'm interested in, Nancy referenced who's the guest on the call. I want to talk to you. Everybody else, you can kind of turn your hearing aid off just for a minute. I don't care if you're from the baby boom generation, Generation X, millennials, Generation Z. Think about what Andrew talked about, fuel. Who do you know from age 18 to 100 that uses gas if they drive? And my point to that question is, it doesn't matter is the answer. If you drive, unless you've got an electric vehicle, you have got to have the fuel. It's just non-negotiable. If you're sitting here going to bed tonight, believe it or not, I don't care what news source you watch, if you're paying attention, you hear about things like shrinkflation, eggflation, beefflation, LPflation, heat inflation, interest rates going up, inflating. You hear about inflation in general. It's every day. It's everywhere. And I realize we've got other countries coming in, but this calls for North America. So you see people having to sit down and literally make decisions. Is it gas or is it groceries? Folks, you may if you're not having to make that decision some days, then count yourself blessed and highly favored. But the point I'm making is, if you have sat down and you're at your wit's end in this economy, in this political landscape, and you're scratching your head and you've made the cutbacks and you're thinking, I just need a side hustle, I need something. That's why we do these calls, because people like you need a solution. People like myself, I needed something. I'm self-employed. I was grinding as hard as I can. There's only so many, hours in a day that I can trade hours for dollars, and you just eventually get tapped out. Now, if you're on this call and you're not tapped out, again, good for you, okay? But according to news sources, 70 to 80% of Americans are looking for another way to generate income, and that's what you've heard tonight. So when your head hits the pillow, this is a really easy decision. This is not complicated. Don't overthink this. All we're talking about is is something as simple as fuel. Now, is that everything we've got here? No, Andrew referenced that. There's so much more to MPG Extreme, but I'm not going to take the time due to time's sake, and I'm going to wrap here, but there's so much more. But at the end of the day, can you make a $199 or a $299 decision? I mean, that's not, again, if you're going out on Friday night for fish fry, a couple, it's going to be $50 to $75. If you're taking a family, you're going to add another $25 per person. This is not a price that's going to break the bank. Everything about our model took into account the current post-pandemic economic situations we find ourselves in. So I would ask this. Think about a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being you've listened to the call, you've talked to the person who brought you here beforehand, and you're like, okay, I've got enough, I've got enough information to make a decision. I'm a 10. And there's some of you, I would assume you've hung up if you're only a 1, but hypothetically, if you're a 1 and you're sitting on this call, I want you to just close your eyes and say, okay, based on what all the speakers said, pick a number 1 to 10. Just really quickly do it. I don't care what number popped into your mind's eye. And I'm going to make this simple. If you're a 7, 8, 9, or 10, just pull the trigger. Call the person back. Get their link. They've got an inviter link. They'll set you up. Congratulations, you're on your way. If you're a 1 or a 2, just flush it. Not for you, because if you said 1 or 2, I wouldn't take the time to work with you, and I don't say that to be confrontational. I just wouldn't do it. But if you're a 3, 4, 5, or 6, and you're just hesitant, I get it. You know, sometimes people are just like, you know, once bitten, twice shy. Then you want to try the product. Get the 5-tank trial. You know, throw the $20 at your inviter. Get one of those in your hands. And when you start experiencing the savings and you've got a story, then maybe you'll be all in from just like the rest of everybody on the call. But I want to point out something. In the beginning of the call, if you were paying attention, if you were here 2 minutes early, you heard people from Bangor, Maine to California dialing in. You heard them from Minnesota to Texas and everywhere in between. Literally, there was people from Canada and other countries. But right here in the States, that's what you heard. Why is that? Folks, it's because I'm not making these stats up. People are hurting. And it's funny because there was a recent movie phenomenon, movie's Top Gun Maverick, that literally blown out box offices, okay? Most of you probably have seen the movie. And if you saw it, you literally opened your mouth, and I'd be willing to bet you told several people that you saw it and you loved it, which is why the movie has set records and I believe now is number 10 or 11 all-time movie list in the box office, all-time. That's how simple this business is to build. That's why these calls are packed. That's why we're blowing the doors out, and we're only as of yesterday, at 7.5 months old. We are a brand-new company. We're ground floor. So I wrap with this to say this. If you're sitting here in 2023 and you're just not sure what the future has to hold for you, and you're open to a side hustle, we've just put a solution in front of you. So make the right decision. We appreciate you coming. We're doing these calls next Monday and Thursday again at 7:30 Central. Same dial-in number. Bring a guest. Bring a friend. And this call's a wrap. Have a great evening.
All right. Hey, everybody. Just wanted to take a brief moment here. Thank you for taking a few minutes to listen to our weekly company call, which I've recorded here for you. I just want to remind you that, you know, we are about to open a number of countries. Right now we're open in the US, Canada, Mexico, and soon to be South Africa, Nigeria, Australia, Hungary, the EU, the Philippines, and we've got so many great things coming. We've got some other fantastic products. We've got products that work with generators and motorcycles and help them, help them run longer with better efficiency and save you money. And we are coming to you at some point. So don't take this lightly. If somebody's sharing this with you, be sure to get back to them and let them know your interest level. If we're not quite yet open in your country, simply commit to them that you're ready to get started as soon as we open. With that being said, God bless. Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Take care. Bye-bye.